always find this saying. When it comes to recruitment, it can feel as though young people and employees are on completely different planets. Too many people are struggling to find their first job, whereas many employers are finding it difficult to get the skills they want. All of us are available, all of us are aware of this situation, and I think it's something which is very ironical. We have plenty of people looking for jobs, but we still struggle to find the right people, right? So what do we look for when we hire somebody? Why do we want to look at hiring from the campuses? Here are a couple of bullets which talks about them, and it allows us to develop future leaders, brings in employees with fresh perspective, and of course, one of the major things is it takes away the entry-level work off the desk of our experienced hires, and also it helps in many other plus points like diversity goals, increasing help offset the impact of employees, and it's much more scalable because we have plenty of graduates in the market today for hiring. The next is when we look at what is that we look for in a candidate when we are interviewing. Here is a list of 10 skills which we always talk about. These are soft skills, hard skills, both of them. They are in the order of importance when we come to deciding somebody, when we are hiring somebody at an entry level. This is very specific to the entry level hires. So we talk about verbally communicate with persons inside and outside the organization. Somebody who's able to communicate well, right? And these are some of the things we look at it. One simple important thing which you need to look at this is this has been put together by Corporate Executive Board, which is a group of companies which have set up an organization, and they do a research on recruiting activities and everything. So these have been put together based on survey across the world and regions. And if you look at it, the technical knowledge comes way below many of the other things like ability to work in team structure, ability to plan, organize, prioritize work, obtain and process information, and verbally communicate. These are highly ranked over technical knowledge. This is something which is very unique when you look at hiring at entry level, and we look at across organizations. Yeah. And this is basically because if an employer is able to get a person who has this top 5 or 6 qualities present, they can easily build the hard skills, basically the technical knowledge and computer software program and all those things. If somebody has this basic 5 or 6 things which are there, they can as well build on those things. That's what it is. And at an employer stage, they have to make a conscious decision whether they need the person to be fully skilled at the time of hiring, or are they willing to make an investment post-hire. This is something which the organization has to make a decision before they even look at it. But if you are hiring a fresher, it's always something which you can look for is the first top 5 or 6 bullets here clearly, that they take precedence over technical knowledge and computer software program. Yeah. I'm moving to the next slide, which is slide 6. Here we talk about many things when it comes to a selection of a graduate. When we go for an interview, we find very often that the graduate has come in, or the applicant has just come into the room and he starts talking when we ask for a question, or even without self-introduction or something. So basically, reality is that not half, 2/3 of the people are not even doing a research about the interview they are attending. Basically finding out who their panel is going to be, what is the company is going to do about, and these things. And the result of this is within a year, 1 out of 4 usually resigns from the company. everybody knows in the recruitment industry that this is very typical of what happens in a fresher kind of a scenario. Actually, in India, I would say about one third of the resources who join as freshers are no longer existing in the organization within 2 years or 3 years, maximum 3 years time. This is the reality. Suppose we have these people who are willing to invest some time and finding out what is the job they need to do and what is the type of work they want to do in their life, it makes a lot of things easy. So jumping to the next slide, which is slide 7, we talk about things which will make these graduates hires stay on in the organization. You know, everybody who joins an organization has a wish list which they want to do, and what are the things which are there. Again, this is again a survey which was done, and based on which there have been 18 motivational factors, we call it. These are divided across 4 things: energy and dynamism, like power, competition, level of activity; synergy, such as affiliation, recognition, and personal growth; intrinsic factors such as interest, flexibility, and autonomy; and extrinsic factors such as material reward, professional status. Based on the survey across 44 countries, the top 5 motivational factors ranked by the applicants were a desire to achieve career goals, which is progression; opportunities to learn, develop, and grow, personal growth; opportunity to demonstrate talents and shine against others, this is competition; recognition for doing a good job and making a strong contribution, this is again recognition; material reward, salary, and broader financial benefits. So you can look at it that material reward, salary, and broader financial benefits, when it comes to entry levels, takes the 5th position out of 18. Definitely yes, it is very important. However, a desire to achieve career goals is very important. So in reality, if we have a good platform for the new hires to work and develop their career goals, we should be able to have a much better output from those graduates. Remember the 8th slide, which is about how do we do this? You know, what are the things we should take care of it? I put very simple. We talked about the contact points once a new hire is onboarded. One is we have the employee, he has a manager to whom he reports, you have the HR and the support functions there. Apart from that, but really most of the time the manager and employee relationship takes precedence over everything, and we typically start working on it. And in an organization, most of a well-structured organization will have a career path. They'll have tools to assess the skills and improve the skills where we have gaps, and we need to provide opportunities. Now, you can see some boxes which are in dotted there on the deck. Basically, these are some of the things which we tend to ignore when it comes to sharing when a new hire is in the organization. So if we could do a better job about sharing the knowledge, sharing with the new hires about the different career paths available and how they could actually showcase those opportunities within the organization. This is something very practically possible in every organization, and it will help in retention as well as development of the company. And another part is when it comes to people, we have the manager, we have the buddy, and a mentor. Buddy program is running in many organizations, but that really helps in making, how do we make this more effective. Today, an employee is a new hire is onboarded, a buddy needs to be assigned, a mentor needs to be identified at the earliest to make sure that he is able to guide the new hire about what kind of roles, what kind of opportunities he should look for, build his network, and also career guidance. This is something we need to define. At the same time, each of these people should be clearly should have a clear understanding of what kind of responsibilities they hold. They need to have some kind of reviews within themselves, and along with the employee over a period of time, at least say for 2 years. This is something which is practically possible in many organizations, and we should do this. This is something has been able to work on it. Each of these people will have their responsibilities, including the employee, what he has to do. Like he has to do proactively participate in learning the programs which are available, development activities, and projects to strengthen his technical leadership. And he also needs to collaborate with the manager, buddy, and the mentor, and see how his progress is happening. Okay. And a buddy is definitely helpful. He can help the employee on the day-to-day routine activities. At the same time, a mentor is going to guide them on how to develop the technical skills, network, and provide career guidance again. Yeah. On to the last slide, which is basically a simple onboarding activity chart kind of thing. So we can talk about, again, repeat this thing, effective and practical new hire onboard plan. Simple thing where many organizations which are large enough will have more than 2-3 different things to be done at the same time. Like a new hire is onboarded, he needs systems to be in place, a seat in place to be there, his communication system, everything. Apart from that, I think everything all in one single kind of a activity plan for 30 days, 90 days, 6 months review, and those kind of things is very important to be set up. And it also is able to make sure that we have the various career options which have been there. He's made familiarized with that at the earliest, and he's actually on to understanding and imparting on those. Again, these are most of the organizations will have it, but how do we make it work it out? Having a practical view, practically looking at it is a much simpler way of doing it, rather than having a complicated onboarding plan. It looks so simple, right? But when it comes to actually just showing what are the parts, just letting them know this is how we can do it, not really help them. But at the same time, organizations should be able to provide a platform for the new hires to showcase their strengths. Also, at the same time, have a plan of how to improve their gaps in the skills. That's something which needs to be done. Many of these things are practical, so I think at the end of my session here, we'll have a Q&A, and we can definitely come back to any of these slides and move forward. Arjun, over to you.
Yeah, Manjunath. Thanks a lot for your views, and the experiences that you have shared has actually really helped most of the. I hope it has helped the HRs in some way or the other.